Hello everyone, it's Taxman, and welcome back to Wine Tasting Tuesday for September the 1st, 2015. So, since it's finally September, the month that everybody has been speculating where the happening might happen and we could see economic collapse. So for that, I've decided to start off with a wine that's a bit in the the midder range of the price range, a bit higher than I usually drink. It's a $24 bottle. Usually I've been drinking stuff that's under 20. I just decided to treat myself and try out something I haven't done before. So I've got a Spanish wine today. It is called Termes, and it's from Numancia, or the proper name is Bodega Numancia Valdefina. Or I think it's actually just Bodegas Numancia. It's from the Toro region, in the Toro denomination in 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 Spain, and it's called Termes. But the grape is, according to the label, it is Tinta de Toro. Well, I guess that means red or something from Toro. 15% alcohol, 2010 vintage. Now I haven't had this one before, so it'll be a bit of a new experience. This wine, I've had it open since about 7 o'clock, so that's about 4.5 hours now, so let's give it a try. Probably would have been better to decant it, but I can't really decant when I'm at work. And I don't like using my decanter too often because those things are an absolute bitch to dry out. Though I did look up some decanting technique, some decanter drying techniques online, so I think a few of them look promising, so I'm going to try that out and maybe get back to using my decanter, which has sat and used for the past 2.5 years. Well, it's still still very tight, very young. Doesn't want to open up and show off its character. Well, the label on the back says, the Termes grapes are selected for their intense fruit expression, characteristics of the perfect adaptation of the Tinta de Toro vines in the terroir of the Spanish Toro region. Elaborated at Numancia, Termes is a wine revealing classy aromas, rich and complex flavors with abundant fruity notes, integrated with hints of cedar and toasty characters. So about a pretty generic sounding description. Well, I guess it really is, the grape is called Tinta del Toro. I'll have to look that up later, just to make sure. So, let's try. Lots of red fruit. Almost seems a little bit similar to what you would get out of a Tempranillo. Similar to, a bit similar, it seems, to a Cabernet too, with the aroma, a bit like a mix between Cabernet and Tempranillo. There's a bit of spice to it. Can't quite say. It should have been opened longer or decanted, really. But I plan on sipping on this for a while, so the tasting notes will probably change. And if I can't get any good useful review out of this before I end the video, then I'll do a follow-up later with the final notes, since of course by the time you get to the last glass it usually tastes the best. Very earthy. There's good earthiness. This bit of a graphite. Certainly lives up to that toastiness, to that very dry It's pretty dry, about full-bodied. Got a gripping tannin and a very nice, a gripping tannin and acidity to it. Acidity in the mid-palate, tannin all over your teeth and your gums and the side of your cheeks. I think this would this would definitely go good with cheese or lamb or beef or other types of meats. Taste-wise, pretty earthy. I'll have to come back to that. It'll improve with time. So I guess I can, before I take the next sip, I can talk about a few other things. To people who've been leaving comments on my videos, for some reason, YouTube is not sending me alerts when people are commenting, so if I haven't answered your questions or the feedback you've left, please understand it's not because I'm ignoring you, it's because I have not been getting the alerts and I don't even know that you're commenting. I actually today finally got my first alert for one of my videos in about a week, so I was able to respond to somebody's questions there. But if you really want to try to talk to me, you could reach me on my forum or send me a note over YouTube. I think they still have PMs on YouTube, don't they? It's been a long time since I got one. Also, I made more purchases of silver. I decided that while it'd be good to have a to invest in several different types of precious metals, silver seems like the best one to do right now because it's at a pretty low price and it's quite volatile in how much it's fluctuated over the past couple of years. But I think that the price it is right now, close to about $14 an ounce. It seems like it could get lower, but I think that it's probably going to hold that value pretty well, and at the best it could increase, especially if there's a bad economy coming up. I'd like to invest in gold, but it's just too expensive. I am very happy though with the gram of gold I bought. It's so lustrous. I had it out the other night, along with all my other shinies, and just holding it up against the light and staring at it for an hour. It's entrancing, absolutely gorgeous. I understand now get very good. Just looking at that, you just understand how gold can be so entrancing, so inspire lust within you for it, and drive people to go out and conquer entire continents. But I'm going to be investing mostly in silver, maybe with some copper on the side, and when I can afford it, platinum and gold. Other things, I am aware of the importance of stockpiling on food and ammunition and other important things, like even toilet paper. You just have to look at Venezuela to see how when a market crisis hits the essentials that you don't even think a moment about, like toilet paper, suddenly become hot commodities. So, gotta stock up on that, and I'll be doing that again soon because I want to have a good stockpile to at least last a couple of weeks. I'm going to be taking out cash from the bank and holding on to that. Probably looking into having a plan to leave and go someplace different. At least to be able to survive long enough to get away from the social and civil unrest and the wars and the nuclear fallout that'll happen, so I can finish the research to go over to Equestria for the rituals. What else? Can't really think of much right now to say. After I drink more wine, I'll definitely be talkative. So yeah, we do get a bit of that cedariness, but I wouldn't say cedar is too far out of the way for red wine, most red wines in general. So when I said earth, I did mention graphite before. There's a kind of a granity rockiness to it as well. as far as fruit goes, I would say very concentrated. Black cherries. I'd say it's almost like a bit of dried fruit in there too, like the dried oily skins. Bit tarry. I think maybe I think I'll have to come back to it like I did the other week. Come back to it. Maybe maybe give it an hour. I'll give it an hour maybe in the glass, and then I'll finish up the video with a new recording. So technically, Wine Tasting Tuesday will end up being uploaded on Wednesday night, but it'll still be Wine Tasting Tuesday. Alright then, I'll just end it here and I'll come back to you in about an hour. Hello everyone, I'm back again. It's been a little bit over an hour since last video, so halfway through the bottle, let's give it a go. See what the new drink report is. Good glass flow. Stay down, swirl. Swirl, swirl. Well, yes, a lot more fruit now that it's had the extra hour. Raspberries, lots of raspberries. Yep. Let's see what else. Like dark raspberry, a bit of blueberry in there too. A bit of seedy, like a seedy, pungent little tiny fruit. Currant. So yeah, get a bit raspberry with a currant. You know, like black raspberry with black currant and a bit of cherry. Yeah, that's more just like not really blueberry, more like black raspberry, black cherry, and black currants. Definitely. Yeah, with still that earthiness. Still, yeah. Oh, it is very concentrated. I honestly do think that a wine like this is one that I really should break out my decanter for. That poor thing that's been sitting up there on a cabinet for 2.5 years unused. I need to break it out again for something like this. But it's so goddamn hard to clean decanters. That's the reason I stopped using them. Let's go. I can feel that. Smell that seedy, pulpy fruitiness, like a jam, like just funnels up into your nostrils. Look at that earthiness, a bit of a pastriness to it as well. Like a pastriness, like it's a bit of, like it's part of a pie. Like pastriness as if it's part of a pie, like that gooey pastry sticking to the moist pie. Seems much smoother now to drink. Good stuff. not bad at all. Certainly is quite a bit. Certainly is a bit of a step up from what I'm used to drinking these days. If only I could drink like this every single night. Right, Curio? Well, you can't spoil yourself, especially when you're on a budget. And here on Earth, I don't have nearly as much independent source of income as my boyfriend does. I'm afraid it smells too good now that I would drink it up really fast. Even though another hour or two in the bottle would give it more aromatic potency. So, amazingly enough, yes, I doing some more research about substances that can help with the program or help with mental awakenings. And I found out about one. I found out today for the first time about something that's extremely potent and extremely incredible, and yet totally legal. It is a plant called datura, and it causes you to have absolutely insane hallucinations, or induces delirium, as they say, unlike, say, LSD or magic mushrooms, which are psychoactive hallucinogens. Datura, or witch's weed, or Jimson's weed, actually induces full-on delirium, which I mean, I've taken those other things before, and you can when you're tripping out, but when you take supposedly when you take something like that, it makes you can't tell the difference. You cannot absolutely tell the difference at all. And it sounds absolutely horrifying, but at the same time, there's something incredibly attractive about it. But you have to be careful when taking it, because it's very easy to overdose and kill yourself. But that is something that's got my attention, and I mentioned it to my friend Portal Anon, and he said, no, bad stuff. He said that he'd rather do PCP and meth at the same time than take Datura. He said that Datura is 10 times worse than the PCP. I don't know. I mean, like, PCP, you've heard years and years of bad horror stories about PCP and people, like, ripping their skin off, like, ripping their faces off, or murdering people and eating their lungs, or tearing off their clothes and climbing up flagpoles and stuff like that. But, I mean, this is the first time I've ever heard of Datura, and, I mean, this stuff sounds scary, but at the same time, oh, very, very fascinating. So I'm putting that on my list now. Putting that. Yes. Yes. Yep. So something else. And it's completely legal. It's completely legal. Even as bad as it is, and even as insane as some of the trip reports I've read and listened to are. Oh, it's so amazing to think that something like that, which can easily cause you to overdose, or it literally makes people want to jump off cliffs and jump off buildings or run in front of traffic and do stuff like that, is legal, but mushrooms and LSD and peyote aren't. Oh. Yes, but I digress. I want to get back to the wine. The wine, and find more legal ways to get high. I love it. You know, like the DXM, the Dex, and the Robo is nice. I like taking that. I'm going to take a higher dosage next time I do it. I had a pretty good trip, or at least a very interesting trip, over the weekend. I love that. I love the way it makes you feel like you're not even in your. You slam a bottle of Delson, and then you feel like you're not even in your own body, and you're just some amorphous blob, or you're like a spirit floating around. And your little clumsy earth fleshy thing just stumbles up the stairs to your room, and you close your eyes. It's not like a mushroom or an LSD hallucination where you see flashing lights everywhere, but you close your eyes and then suddenly, boom, your imagination your inner head goes crazy. And I spent quite a bit of time talking with Curio too, then. Oh, yes, good time. Yeah, very, very good. I waited 2 weeks last time. I think I might do it again a bit sooner this time. The best thing is legal too. Walmart is my drug dealer when it comes to decks. Yes. Yes, look, I've even got her stained teeth from all the wine I've been drinking today. I had more wine earlier, since I borrowed a bottle that we had open for tasting on the weekend, and I had to pre-game on that before my proper wine tasting Tuesday. So fun times, good things ahead of us. Good things ahead of us. You listen to us. You listen to us. You listen to us. So we're going to be ready. We're going to be ready. We're going to be ready to go over. We're going to be ready to cross over to Equestria and to immigrate. Though some people may want to come back. I know, one of the members of our group said that he is going to learn the secrets of equestrian magic and come back and purge this world of the unclean evil things. He's going to bring back Ariane, the Earth Pony, the Ariane Earth Pony back with him, and they're going to go storm all the synagogues and the degenerates and cleanse the world. But I don't know. If he wants to do something like that, go ahead. Personally, I'm just going to immigrate to Equestria, and I'm going to take on a new and better life and leave everything here behind. So let's be ready. Let's go. Let's go. And I know something else. So many people think that I have, like, what, paranoid schizophrenia or something. Well, I'll say that, yeah, unlikely. Nobody in my family has got a history of mental illness like that. So it's completely unlikely that I would have something like that either. Okay, I had issues of depression, sir, and depression's been something that I've had for a very long time. And, depression, and not being a very social person, yes, not feeling in here, yes, and more recently, the past couple years, really bad anxiety. But that does not mean that because a bunch of armchair psychologists are watching me or talking about me, doesn't mean that I have paranoid schizophrenia, even if I am paranoid. That doesn't mean it. But yeah, just because I talk about Curio and that stuff, he is real. You're just I have the proper mental nodes, the proper mental telephone frequency to tone into him and to tone into the stuff out there. So I'm not a danger to myself, and I'm not a danger to anybody. If at all, the only bad thing would be that people don't, the powers that be don't like somebody like me or us who can be attuned to that greater frequency, because it means you break free of the chains that keep the rest of the sheep tethered to the machinery, to the fulcrum that is our society. They don't like that. They don't like that. It's because you're a visionary. You're like Jesus Christ. You're like Buddha. You're somebody who can see above it. You're somebody who can work above it. You're somebody who can inspire others. And people like that, they always end up becoming martyrs. They always end up dying young. So that's the same as me. Yep. The same as me and the same as the rest of us. We are the ones who truly rise up above this mortal existence. Okay, so stay tuned. Stay tuned. Between this 13-minute video that I've recorded so far and the 11-minute one that I did before, that's pretty long. Alright. Cheers. Cheers. We talk soon. Again. Yep. Ta-ta. Or, Auf Wiedersehen.